Alrighty, hello there, folks. Hey, Sharon. Hey, William. How's it going, man? How you doing? Or how's it going, guys? So, all right. So, some of you may have noticed this new show on Netflix, right? Now, this show is right up my alley. I mean, dude, when I was a kid, we loved to play The Floor is Lava. I mean, that was like one of our favorite things to play, obviously, as kids, or on the playground. We'd be on the playground and we'd say that the sand around the playground equipment was lava. I mean, dude, totally. That was our game, dude. We loved that. Um, no, you don't get 10,000 if you make it through my video. so, anyways, so I'm here to talk about The Floor is Lava today, but that's not really what I'm here to talk about. It's talking about The Floor is Lava is part of my idea. So obviously I'm wearing my Irakoze shirt. Okay. I've already started trying to get a hold of Rutledge Wood. I forgot who he was. I realize now he's one of the guys from the American Top Gear, which once I saw that, I was like, oh yeah, now I remember him. But anyway, I've already tried to message him, contacting him through his website. I've left my email address and sent him a message of what I was thinking. So what the idea I'm having is that we get a group of MAM supporters, because the thing about this show, getting on the show, what I'm reading about getting on the show is you have to have an interesting story. Your group has to have like a compelling kind of bond, or something like that they feel is more marketable, right? And so they want the people that are coming on to have like a bond. So I figure that's good. Whereas the MEM community, we have a bond there. So I figure we can meet that one, and if I can find some other people who might be willing to go on. Now my idea is to potentially get like one person from the UK to join me and one person from Australia to join me. Ideally, for the banter, I would think Mr. Paul Capaldi would be good from the UK. And I would think maybe even Mark from Australia, but I'm not so sure how those guys would feel about jumping around on a bunch of foam furniture in a room filled with fake lava. So I don't know exactly where they would stand on that. But I'm thinking if we get three, if we possibly get a team made up of supporters of Stephen and Brendan, possibly from the various countries where the supporters are, and get on there, that we can maybe get on there to raise awareness for Stephen and Brendan. Obviously, I have some ideas about, I don't know, like in the planetarium, when, the flat earth, it always gets wet. The flat earth, it's like a table. So that flat earth always gets wet. So like going into that room, I would say something like, oh, hey guys, watch out for the flat earth, man. That thing is slippery, more slippery than Ken Kratz in an inappropriate sexting scandal or an inappropriate texting scandal. You know what I mean? Or something like that, so that it's marketable, so that I don't say sexting. That might not go well with their censors, right? But if I say inappropriate texting scandal, if I say it's more slippery than Ken Kratz in an inappropriate texting scandal, that'll be funny, and all that sort of stuff. So I'm thinking about coming up with little quips like that tie into Making a Murderer, that would be funny on The Floor is Lava. So these are ideas I'm having to really try to, number one, get the show's attention, but also, once getting the show's attention, to create awareness for Stephen and Brendan if we can get on there. So that was my thought. So he would see the lava and mistake it for punch and start drinking it. He might. Paul wouldn't make the first jump. You might be right about that. So, but hey, if I get word back from Rutledge Wood or somebody in his camp or whatever, and where they let me know they're interested and let me know what I need to do to finalize the process of becoming a contestant or potentially becoming a contestant, I'll obviously keep you guys informed. But so this is why I'm over here. I wanted to come over here on the Doctor Who channel and float this idea over here on the Doctor Who channel, and see what we get and see where it heads, before I try to take it over to the mainstream channel. So that's why it's over here, and I'm over here talking about this today. So for those of you who may not know what The Floor is Lava is and may not really understand what I'm talking about, Let me show you. Uh-oh. There we go. All right. So for those of you, get Casey to push Ken in. So this is the basement, folks. So you can see they've got some Easter Island heads in there. Now, basically what happens is this is the entrance. The exit is like somewhere over here, basically somewhere over in the right over here. And what you have to do is get through this room and get over to the exit, which is over here. So you can go over here and climb along this wall and get onto a little sarcophagus or something else that pops down here. From there, you can jump onto the Easter Island heads. And then this one here, you have to jump down to here. Usually people are knocking their head or their chin when they land on this one here. And the idea is you get over to this thing over here where there's this little table. And anyways, and then you're trying to get to the exit. So it's all, the idea is you got to stay on top of all of these little boxes and all these little things. And this is the basement, right? So, and then as you can see down here, the floor is lava, folks. For those of you who haven't seen the show yet, so that you know what we're talking about. The pyramid is very slippery. It's very hard to stay on. The surface doesn't have a lot of grip. So you end up expending a lot of energy staying on it. So that's something to keep in mind when you're on the pyramid. So obviously now there are other rooms. This is the planetarium. So you can see, you can come in the room, you can either come across the planets. Here's the flat earth that I was talking about that's more slippery than Ken Kratz in an inappropriate texting scandal. So that's the flat earth there. Anyways, you can come over here, jump on this rock and go across this wall and get over to this platform. Now, in the first planetarium episode, which that's what this one is, because you can see the rocket is underwater, this button makes this rocket come up above water, so that you can then walk on it to get over to this rock here. In later episodes, the rocket is already above water. And then when you come over here and you hit this red button, it just splashes a bunch of lava up onto everything. Now, the interesting thing to know about this lava, folks, is this lava isn't just lava. This lava is, I think they've got some oil in it or something with some viscosity, because they talk about how this lava is extremely slippery. So that's why when you hit that button and it splashes lava up on a bunch of the, things in the room, it makes those things more slippery and that sort of stuff. So anyway, so that's one other room. Here is the bedroom. You can see the bed here. The bed spins. It spins around. Quite interesting. It's pretty funny. And folks, it's, like I said, for those of you who are like me and spent your childhood playing games like The Floor is Lava, this show was just really, really funny. And I honestly didn't expect it, because I watched it the first day it came out. Literally, the first day I saw it on Netflix, I watched it. And by the end of the weekend, it was already #1 on Netflix. I was like, oh, whoa, okay. So I guess a lot more people liked that show than just me. So anyways, yeah. So it's a fun show. But that's the master bedroom. Obviously, there's a little rope you got to pull over here that brings this little chandelier here down. And once that comes down, then you can use that to get across from here to there and, that sort of stuff. So all kinds of little things, like little things in the room that you can, use to help you get out and various things. So they make it fun. You know what I mean? So this is the kitchen. As you can see, your kitchen table over here, you can crawl across the wall of knives over here and then get over to this table. Then you can ride the cheese log right here. This little cheese log is hanging from a rope, so it swings across, and you ride the cheese log and get over to this table right here. And then the exit is somewhere over in this direction, straight ahead of this table over here. So anyway, there's a pizza oven over here, and there's a pizza little thing where you got to get the pizzas out of the oven to get the little key that allows you. So there's all kinds of little fun stuff that they have that makes it a little more fun. So I'm surprised. Yeah. a new variation of Takeshi's Castle. So I totally expected Captain Crunch to be coming here giving me crap because this is a show based on a kid's game. But I'm sure now that I reminded him, I'm sure we'll get some of that. But yeah, so this is the idea of what we're after, or what we're doing, or what I'm thinking. And if I can get some of us on as contestants, I'd love it. And ultimately, particularly if I have people traveling from Australia and the UK, I would say first thing that comes out of the $10,000 is to cover anybody's traveling expenses for coming to take part in this, and then the rest of it go to Stephen and Brendan. So that's kind of my thoughts on this. But also, the thought that we wear T-shirts, maybe get special T-shirts made up just for going on this show, and have those T-shirts say, advertise the fact that Brendan and Stephen are wrongfully convicted and that sort of thing. So that as we're competing, we're representing and that sort of thing. I don't know. I was even thinking about trying to sneak in somehow in a pocket or something, a little device that will meow, so that some at some point in the middle of the room during our movement towards the exit, I could hit it or something, and somebody could be like, Len, or whatever, and that type of thing. Just it's just some funny things that I'm thinking about trying to do in the course of trying to navigate the room. That could be funny and everything. Obviously, I'm trying to think of how to make it more marketable for the floor is lava, because a big part of getting our segment on so that Stephen Avery and Brendan Dassey get the awareness or get the exposure is that it has to be marketable for the show. So that's another thought that I'm constantly having as I'm thinking about this. So it's only 2 contestants now. Is that the final episode that was only 2? I thought there was only one episode that had only 2 contestants. It had 2 teams and 2 contestants, or like it had two contestant teams. I remember that one episode, but I didn't think it was the last one, but maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, we'll have to see. Cheese log. Nope. I don't think so. I think it was Gouda, as a matter of fact. I think he constantly makes that joke that it was a Gouda, swing or whatever and stuff, and he uses that pun of Gouda to say good and that sort of stuff. So I'm pretty sure it's Gouda. I doubt it's even Gouda, but it's labeled Gouda. So, all right. The other thing you got to keep in mind, folks, when you're on the floor is lava, is that there are steps by the exit. If you navigate across the room quickly, which most people don't, most people are afraid, and they end up standing over by the entrance for ridiculous amounts of time. But if you move quickly, you can generally get to the exit without any key, without any of the help or whatever. Usually you can get to the exit without that stuff if you just hurry and you use the steps while they're still there. But a lot of teams dilly-dally and waste time. And by the time they get there, the steps are gone. And they can't, and it's always, so anyways. So to show you what I mean, here's another one. So as you can see, there's only one step up above there. Let me make this a little bigger. So you can see there's only one step protruding above the lava there. And here you can see that the steps are completely gone. See? So that's what the show's about. Like I said. What's up, Sharon? We'll have to talk about the floor is lava next Sunday. So anyway, no. I'm not sure. I don't know if it's actually become 2 contestant teams. If it has, that's fine. I'll just pick one other person to go. But I was even proposing that I could probably come up with 3 3-man teams. I don't know. Maybe I might have trouble doing that, but I said it. I said it in my little message to Rutledge. So if they're interested, see, the other thing I think that could work into my favor here, or our favor here, or Stephen and Brendan's favor here, is that the folks over at Flora's Lava may see this as a good opportunity for cross advertisement, basically, because Making a Murderer is another show on Netflix. So therefore, by having some contestants on that are supporting Stephen Avery and Brendan Dassey, they are also kind of cross advertising with Making a Murderer in a sense. So they may find that to be an advantageous aspect to create some cross advertisement with another Netflix show. So it's another thing I'm thinking about. Obviously, these are all ideas that I'm tossing around, and that sort of thing. So the lava has melted them. Yeah, the lava melted the steps. They melted away. So, all right. So that's why I was here today. I wanted to float that idea to a smaller crowd, see kind of how it gets received. We'll go ahead and share this video on Twitter and see if some other people take a look, and we'll get some other ideas, or we'll get some other ideas, opinion, or some other people's opinion about this idea, I should say, and that sort of thing. Hey, thank you, William. So that's what we're looking to do. So let's share this one around. Like I said, I wanted to put this over on the Doctor Who channel because I didn't want to put it on the mainstream channel just yet. I wanted to float this idea over here and get a little bit of feedback from some people before I really move forward on this thing. But obviously, I've already been putting out some feelers. I've already tried to reach out to Rutledge Wood, and so hopefully this might be something we can do. I think it might be good. I think it could create a lot of awareness, and so I'm hopeful that this might be a possibility and that this might happen. So. All right, folks, that's all I wanted to do was just float that idea today. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I really appreciate it. Like I said, share this on Twitter. Let's see if we can get some other people in here and who can leave some comments down in the comments section below. And let's see what kind of feedback we get on this. And if there's any real interest in this, and if there is, then I will definitely try to spearhead this and move forward on it and get it to happen. So let's see what happens, folks. Thank you very much. If you haven't already, please hit subscribe. I'm sorry. Wait, hold on. Before I go here, I'm sorry, Shuri, about that. We had to cancel today's, Indie States and Sharon Sunshiny show. So I am sorry about that, but we'll be back next week most likely. So, alrighty, folks. If you haven't already, please hit subscribe, and we'll see you.